This video will discuss what community managers and installers should consider when preparing to set up a database in myQ Business Community. This video is intended for demonstration purposes only. When it comes to setting up a myQ Business database, data entry is really the last piece of the puzzle. There are many questions that must be answered when planning a successful installation. We'll divide these questions into two groups: access control and administration. Let's start with access control. Take an overview of the property. How many access points need to be controlled? Are they gates, doorways, walkways, or elevators? Consider how these access points should be grouped together in zones according to their location, who uses them, and when. What hardware will be used to control access around the property? Are there gate operators, door strikes, magnetic locks? And what devices will be used to control that hardware? Telephone entry systems? Keypads? Card readers? Remote controls? It may be helpful to create a diagram that shows the property layout and that lists all of the hardware at each access point. One of the most important questions is, who uses the access points? Residents, visitors, employees, and maintenance or security personnel all have different needs that must be planned for. Make a list of the various types of user. You also need to understand how many users of each type there are. When and where do each of the user groups need access? Community administrators and managers will likely need the least restricted access, while vendors or maintenance personnel may only need access for certain times of the day on certain days of the week. Create a schedule based on the needs of each group. Now, let's look at administrative considerations. First, determine if you're going to import existing data from another system. Existing data needs to be clean and properly formatted. Is the directory current? Are there missing ID numbers? Are there errors in any database records? Are there redundant entries? Some data is in different formats. Are directory code lengths from the old system compatible with the new system? Attempting to import 3 characters into a field that requires 4 characters will cause problems. Are the area codes of the telephone numbers in the old system available? If adjusting data will require a lot of time and effort, it may be easier to start from scratch. It's also helpful to standardize names for access points and groups. Descriptive names like Gate 1 North and Door 2 Rear are more informative than Entrance 1 and Entrance 2. Descriptive names also make reports easier to understand. Also, consider that myQ Business connected equipment does require a facility code to function correctly. Next, determine who needs to be hands-on with the administration of the system. Someone will have to do the initial setup. Will this be best handled by the dealer? The community manager? Who will handle the day-to-day administrative tasks? It's a good idea to have them participate in the initial setup so they'll be familiar with the system. You'll also need to decide who needs administrative level access versus user level access. When making those decisions, be aware that typical maintenance activities include making timely updates to the system to remove old and obsolete data, running reports to review security considerations such as making sure PINs are not being improperly used. Another consideration is the location of the administrators. Will they be on-site at the property or performing updates remotely? A community manager can immediately react to the needs of any one of many communities they are responsible for. Once you've answered all of these questions, you'll be in good shape to get your myQ Business database set up. For more information, visit dealer.liftmaster.com.